The 7-year LR Super Saiyan 4s have arrived. Their kit goes hard, their animations, they go harder. But every dokkaner's worst nightmare has come to your doorstep. You've waited, you've saved your stones for a long time, but it was all in vain, as you still don't have the Super Saiyan 4s. You want to keep playing during this anniversary, and this means you'll be using them a lot as friend supporters. You want to know how to build a team that makes them look their best if you don't have them? You've come to the right place. My name is Vilify, and today I'm joined by Minato. Say hello, Minato.
Hello, 5'9 gamers, and yeah, basically what Vilify has heading to is we're going to be listing 5 units that you can use as a leader in case you don't have the LR Super Saiyan 4s yourself. That way you could still have fun with this incredible unit during the anniversary and even beat some hard red zone stages. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So the number 1 spot that we decided to choose for this would be the GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. This is the unit that came out for Golden Week last year of 2021, right? He's a pretty strong unit himself, a Rainbow Orb Changer, links pretty well with like the LR Super Saiyan 4s, for example. And on top of that, his leader skill being GT Heroes, 170% to stats, will allow him not only to give a good stat boost to a lot of these powerful units, but includes them themselves, such as all the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegetas in the game currently, right? You know, even the year 2 EZAs and the year 4 EZAs that will come up in later on during the anniversary. Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a really good option as well, right? There's just a ton of really good powerful units that you can run under that leader skill, and this GT Vegeta could really help bring it all together. So that's why we feel like he does definitely deserve the number 1 spot.
Yes, I definitely would agree with you. So let's go ahead and slide down to our number 2 spot, which is GT Super Saiyan Goku, the physical counterpart to GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. The stats are the same, but instead of Vegeta family, it is Goku family for the lead. But as you guys know, we are focusing on the GT hero portion of this leader skill for the most part. So the range of units is the same, but the problem is with this Goku is we feel that defense is more of the important stat when it comes to this game right now. Just the way the difficult content is structured, it definitely makes you feel like defense is the more important thing you need to focus on, and this GT Super Saiyan Goku has got the offensive portion of the build compared to Vegeta getting the defensive advantage. And you know, if you've played with these red zone bosses, you know they hit really hard, and having that extra defense definitely helps. But when it comes to units that are on the team, it's essentially the same exact thing, just a worse defensive option. So that's really all I got for you on the number 2 spot.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it with GT Goku. It's a very small difference. Depending on your playstyle, you could even switch them up, I feel like, but at the end of the day, this is kind of a list we're making, right? So we'll really move on to number 3. I did actually talk about this unit already, but this is Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now this is kind of a different team build that you can make. So this would be Fusion, 170% to stats and 3 ki, along with tech types, I guess, but really we're focusing on the fusion aspects. So it has a good range of these fused fire units that would be on there, such as Tech Gogeta. You have on top of that, you know, physical Gogeta that will get his EZA, Ageo Blue Gogeta in the future, right? Ageo Gotenks. There's a good amount of these fused fighter units that are on the fusion team, and along with that, this guy links incredibly well with the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I believe they do share 5 links, which is a very, very good amount. So you can run them as a pretty strong rotation together. That'll really help you beat these very, very difficult bosses, not only in Super Battle Road, but Red Zone as well. And worst case scenario, if you have to dip into that tech portion, you could even run the LR Gods if you have them yourself, right? So that could be a pretty interesting thing on top of that. But really, I think that this linkage really makes them very strong, and I just feel like the overall range is not as good as GT Heroes, unfortunately. So that's why we would have them under those 2.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you that the kind of the fusion category, we were looking at it before the video, right? Where it's like you see the Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas and all these new units, and then it hits such a massive drop off. You're like, what am I even going to use? Weirus? Like, that's about it, right?
Well, Weirus is good, to be fair, but it's more so you're missing on the LR Super Saiyan 4s, which are very impactful for the new LR.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like the whole crux of this thing is like, you know, you're missing the unit, and that's what makes it tricky. And all the answers are just have the unit, and that's what makes it kind of like a funky business, right? So now let's move on to our number 4 spot, and that is Physical Super Saiyan Gogeta. Now, after the Easy A he gets in part 3, he gets a Fusion 180% buff. Now, you may be saying that's a better boost, but the problem coincides with the way he links with the team. Now, he is not a GT unit, he is not a Super Saiyan 4 unit, so he is missing out on 2 essential links, being GT and Saiyan Roar, which are 2 very beneficial buffs to the Super Saiyan 4 units. And he, the Fusion, he only works well with the LRs and Fusions after he's transformed, and he does not get that obviously until turn 6 with the 50% HP. We all know about his condition. It's not the best, right? So we think that this would make the most sense being under Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta solely based on the way he has with synergy in the team. Otherwise, a great choice with that 180% buff.
I'll definitely agree there. And right now we do have, again, the number 5 spot to talk about this, which is a little similar to it's a Tech Gogeta, and it is Tech Gogeta, but I was going to say it's similar to the Physical Gogeta, right? So with Tech Gogeta, it's a kind of similar thing where he doesn't really link as well with some of these other units. However, although he does have shocking speed to link better with Ki-wise, I think the biggest thing overall is the leader skill, which is what we're focusing on. So he has a time limit and connected hope 170% to attack and defense and 130% to HP. While the range is definitely better, the overall boost is, I feel like, a lot worse compared to, the flat 170%, because losing 40% HP actually is definitely a really big deal when it comes to taking super attacks from these really difficult bosses such as Red Zone, which again is a very important thing with these 200% leader skills now. So because of that, that could lead you to having some issues. And on top of that, transforming with this guy with lower HP could be more of an issue too, because you want to stay above that 70% HP threshold. But with the least amount of HP you have to play around with that, the more likely you'll be under that 70% HP. Whilst if you ran him on some of these other teams with the full stat boost, you would still be able to have a better chance of transforming, right? And transforming with this guy will be really important due to things like his scouter, the guaranteed orb changing, right? So it's really the stat boost. If this guy was 170% to all the stats, he may even be above the Super Saiyan Gogeta that we just talked about. But because of that, I feel like he does run, unfortunately, just a little short compared to him.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree. And you said it, like everything you said, I think I definitely agree with. But I think that's everything in here that we got for you today, right, Minato?
That's pretty much covering, again, I did mention this in the Gods video that we did. It's a very similar video to this one. If it's not up, it'll be up soon. But essentially, you can run the LR Gods as a leader if you don't have the LR Super Saiyan 4s, which you end up pulling them. But this is a situation where, worst case scenario, you didn't get either, or maybe you just focused specifically on the Super Saiyan 4s, so you may not have that unit as well, which would make a lot of sense to many people's situation.
I definitely would agree with that. So let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. What do you say?
Sure.
All right. Let us know if we missed any of the leaders that you guys might be running down in the comment section below. There are a lot of different leaders in this game, so we might have missed one, but we did our best to make sure we got all the best ones. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything the 5-9 Mobile is doing. Have a great day, guys. We're out.